Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Great to be here. Been a few days, hasn't it? Working over the weekend. Been very busy actually at the tea rooms. Today is Tuesday, 12th of May. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. A few shout outs then to our very own Johnny Linver for doing some great songs of late. Megan Mitchell, who did a live last week sometime, she actually texted me today to say that this week there'll be no videos from her this week as she has a lot of school stuff to do. Also to our very own Mike Ellis, a couple of videos. These are up on this channel as well from yesterday. Well worth a watch as well. And our very own Jim Hawkins as well. He did one yesterday. For all you guys who are doing videos out there, congratulations. Keep the momentum going. Very important that we are proactive in what we are doing. Now, today I want to talk about focus. Now, this is something that I've certainly learned in my journey alongside our CEO, Ash Mufarah, over the last 8 years, having a laser focus really on what we are trying to achieve. And it comes in all forms. But one of the things I want to talk to you today about, and something that we should all take on board, is this focus when there is a lot of noise out there. Now, I'm going to read a quote to you from our CEO. And that was, if I paid attention to the bad things, I wouldn't get anything done. And it is such a true saying. When people start focusing on what other people are saying, guess what? You're not focused on what you are trying to achieve individually. Now, we are all here in this online space for our own reasons. Everybody has their own individual reasons for doing what we're doing. And that is your focus of why you are doing it. And do not let anybody talk to you about changing your focus on what you are trying to achieve. Some people haven't got that focus. Some people get tempted, waylaid by other things, bit of, or they can't hang on to their focus with one thing. They get attracted to other things. That's entirely up to them. But it really is important to have this focus on what you are trying to achieve. Now, I've done a little bit of research and it's thrown up some very interesting things. So the saying, if I paid attention to bad things, I wouldn't get anything done, that is a perspective, and it's a very powerful tool for maintaining momentum, commonly referred to as the maintaining a growth mindset or optimistic focus. While it is important to be aware of risk, constant obsessions with potential negativity can lead to paralysis, stalling, or that pity party. You know, when you're saying, oh, woe is me, I got, oh, blah, blah, blah. That is not good for anybody to be proactive in their own business to move forward. And it really is interesting when you start researching these things, how much of what our CEO said really applies to so many other businesses and successful people. So the power of ignoring the bad things, that is the noise, as our CEO would say out there, maintains momentum. Focusing on actions, goals, and progress helps you move forward, whereas dwelling on obstacles can drain energy and stifle creativity. If you start listening to negativity, the noise that's out there, or seeing things that don't align with what you are trying to do, and you start focusing on the negativity and other things, guess what's going to happen? You are not going to have that progress moving forward yourself. You lose that focus on your actions and your goals. You need to be laser focused on what you are trying to achieve. Also, ignoring the bad things combats negative bias. What is this? Humans are naturally wired to overreact to negativity. negative information, as negative experiences often have a 3 to 4 times higher impact than positive ones. Intentionally ignoring minor negatives helps to rebalance your perspective. Now, that's very interesting, isn't it? That we are naturally wired to listen to negativity more than we are to positivity. There's a very good saying here in the UK, and it is, there's no such thing as bad news. Why? Because bad news gets attention. Why do you think so many media outlets, online, offline, papers, etc., news agencies, why do you think they focus so much on bad news? It gets people's attention. And this is part and parcel of what we're talking about here. If you have the ability to focus on what you are trying to do and cut out that negativity, guess what? You are going to be more proactive in your endeavors to reach your own goals. It also helps to reduce decision fatigue, knocking out that noise. By filtering it out, minor complaints or low-level risks, you save mental energy for high-stakes decisions. Now, believe you me, when you are building your own business, there comes in everybody's time that big decisions have to be made. And how you are thinking at that moment depends entirely on your mental state. When you've got big decisions to make, you need to be focused on what you are trying to achieve. If you have distractions, it is going to make an impact on that decision making. So again, make sure that you block out that noise and stay focused on what you are trying to achieve. It also helps to protect morale. Constantly exposing to negativity can sap productivity, causing stress and lead to burnout. Why? Because you are focused on the negative of what people are saying and not the positive of what you are trying to achieve. If you think about it logically, and I like to think about things logically, as you well know, if you focus on positivity, guess what you're going to be? You are going to be positive as well. If you focus on the negative, guess what? You're going to be negative as well. And it's a very good understanding that the more that you have around you of positive people, the more you are going to be positive yourself. When you are in that scenario, it's very easy to block out anything that is negative. Why? Because you are very focused on what you are going to try and achieve. Let's face it, your journey isn't somebody else's journey. It is yours. Nobody can tell you how and what path to go on your own journey. It's yours and yours alone. People are allowed to have opinions, but when that opinion becomes negative, then it is entirely your decision to block that negativity out. So the necessary balance, that strategic ignoring, how do you come about it? The most successful approach is not to totally ignore it, not to be totally ignorant about it, but strategically select and ignore the noise while watching for crucial red flags. So filter, don't ignore. Distinguish between controllable problems. These are errors in processings and uncontrollable negativity. Okay, so like market disorder, for instance, or something that's happened with outside of your control. These are things that you cannot control. So make sure that you filter them, but don't ignore them. And set time limits. If a problem arises, give yourself a set time to analyze it, think about it, and then move back to your productive workload. Don't dwell for too long on that negativity. Look for learning, not blame. How many times have we heard that statement from our CEO? He is somebody who likes to learn from things without blaming anybody else. When things go wrong, view them as data for the future to be able to improve rather than a personal failure to yourself. I am convinced and sure that when we see Victory with Ash and the next business after that, we are going to be absolutely astounded. And part of this is because our CEO has learned from the things that went wrong before and put in place those improvements rather than thinking that this is a personal setback. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is when to pay attention. If a bad thing directly threatens your business, employment safety, or legal compliance, it must be addressed immediately. Again, I am convinced and sure that a lot of the reasons for our speed of what is happening at the moment is directly attained because of that things need to be put in place so that those legal things, legal compliances, and other bits to do with the business have to be put in place first before they are released to us. So in short, your approach is effective because it allows you to be proactive rather than reactive. If knowledge, it acknowledges that while problems exist, focusing on the solution is more productive than dwelling on the problem. So let's all block out that noise. Don't dwell on it. Focus on our own goals of what we are going to try and achieve. And alongside our CEO and Victory with Ash, we are going to learn how to be successful moving into the next business. That's it from me for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be hopefully back around later on this week. Keep your eyes open for any new updates. Things are certainly moving. Keep that focus and we will be A-OK. That's it from me. Bye for now.